Margherita Sani from Istituto dei Beni Culturali della Regione Emilia-Romagna, and Nemo will speak about museum networking in Europe.
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon. I think that when a new European project comes onto the scene, it's very important to welcome it. So welcome UNAMUS project and UNAMUS partners. Welcome to Bologna. And I think it is as well important to favor the encounter between the new project and the community, the professional community which the project addresses. So in your case, the museum community. So the objective of my short presentation this afternoon will be that of drawing a picture or start sketching a picture of the various actors that are acting at European level on the museum scene. I must say already that the two presentations of the European projects, UNAMUS and MELA, have been very important for me also to inform me about current possibilities of synergies and collaboration with projects that I am currently coordinating, and I will come to them in a moment. So, beginning, I would like to, first of all, introduce one of the institutions I represent, the Institute for Cultural Heritage here in Bologna, which was founded in '74. It is part of the regional government of Emilia-Romagna and has a supporting role to the regional government in shaping cultural policies in Emilia-Romagna, and also an advisory role to local institutions, museums, libraries, and so on. Very quickly, it has a museum and cultural heritage department, where the main activities are that of giving grants to local museums, researching, cataloging, the documentation part is very important, funding restoration works, setting the museum standards for regional museums. We have an accreditation scheme here in Emilia-Romagna running. We also develop and carry out training for museum professionals, also in international contexts, and we organize educational activities and exhibitions of various kinds. Of course, we also work in collaboration with various institutions at national level, ministries, and also at international level. We have a department for libraries and archives. I will not dwell on this too much because otherwise it would get too long. I try to focus mainly on museums in my presentation, but of course we have an important department for libraries and archives, and another one for built and environmental heritage. We also have a library as such, and the picture you see here is of the empty library as we just moved to new premises, which are not far from here, and which you are very welcome to visit as soon as it is open to the public. The library specializes in the field of cultural heritage, of course, with about 30,000 volumes and 180 periodicals. And of course, we also have a specific section which is devoted to the publications that our institute produces. And there's also a photo and map archive. In terms of communication, we have a magazine, quarterly review, IBC information, comments, and surveys on cultural heritage. I brought some copies which I displayed outside. I happily noticed that they are already gone. We also publish books. In the years, we have produced 400 publications. This is the web page, the home page of our website. And on the website, through the website, you will also find the reference to the European projects in which we are or we were involved. And of course, I couldn't show it all on the screen, but for each of these headings, you will find information about what the project is about, the partners, the outcomes, how to get in touch, and so on. So this is this could be a very important section. We are a regional institute, so of course our remit is that of working primarily with regional institutions, but nevertheless we have become over the years very active at European level. And I must say, probably the very first of these initiatives in the museum field was in 1996, organizing the European Museum Forum Workshop, which then continued over the years. And I must say that at that point there was, museum professionals in Emilia-Romagna were a bit skeptical about our being so engaged on the European scene. We also had not very many representatives of regional museums coming to our initiatives due to the problems of the language or various other projects. And over the years, I must say this has changed drastically, and more people are interested, very interested in liaising with other institutions, being involved in what we do at European level, which also means sometimes going on study visits or being involved in European projects and so on. So I think that we might rightly say that for many museums here in the region of Emilia-Romagna, we have really opened a window onto Europe. We started with the European Museum Forum Workshop. We collaborate currently also with some of the members of the European Museum Workshop, which founded the European Museum Academy. And I know that a contact has been established between UNAMUS and the European Museum Academy, so very good. And we coordinate or are partners of several European-funded projects, those which were listed on our homepage, and we're also members in NEMO. I will come to that in a second. So the European Museum Forum Workshop, as I said, was probably the first groundbreaking initiative at European level back in 1996. Basically, a workshop of international museology, which takes place every year, very often in Bertinoro. The European Museum Academy is our new partner in projects and initiatives, and we have, in fact, we're planning a joint seminar next November again in Bertinoro on the virtual museum. And the projects that we coordinated or coordinate. This was one of the first ones that I personally led, funded by the lifelong learning program Grundvik. I have the publication here, set of publications in Italian and a set of publication in English, which was happy to bring more maybe tomorrow, or to let you have more copies if you're interested. Of course, all of them are also downloadable from our website. This was funded by the Grundvik program, so adult learning, and we try to look at ways how museums can become places for lifelong learning. And we also explored very interesting what you said about the social influence on the design, on the display in the museum. We also devoted one chapter of this book to the museum environment. In our case, of course, because we focus on education and learning, how the museum environment can be conducive to learning.